Hello Hornets and welcome to Gen Y. Why Gen Y? Because we are the inquisitive generation, always seeking inspiration and following our dreams. I'm your host, Amanda Gonzalez, here with Kenny Nguyen, who is working towards a career in civil engineering. Nice to meet you, Kenny.
Nice meeting you.
So let's start off. What sparked your interest in civil engineering, and how long have you been interested in this field?
I think ever since my dad started, having me come along with him and help him with like construction work, ever since I was a kid, that kind of pushed it. And then just developing an interest in like architecture and stuff in high school just really had me going for it.
So how old are you now?
I'm 19.
19,
yeah.
and how old were you when you started working with your dad?
I'd say probably like 12. Well, it
12.
was like a lot of things we did at home, like renovating our house in the front and everything. But yeah.
Are you pretty hands-on at home and with those things? Like, do you have a Pinterest DIY page that you like to
No, not exactly like
work
that.
on projects?
Well, I did take ceramics in high school for like 2 years, and I really enjoyed doing that. I have a lot of like projects and stuff I just kept at home, and I had some in like a art display, I guess, in high school when they had that going.
Yeah. Do you feel like there's a lot of room for creativity in civil engineering?
I definitely think there should be, yeah. I think you do need to have somewhat of a creative aspect to just kind of work with that, like how a building would be made. Like, you kind of want to question it and just see it for yourself.
So you spoke about your dad being having a career in civil engineering. Have you received, what's some of the best advice you've received?
I'd say to definitely have connections, those are always good to have, because then you just be set. You can ask someone. Like I have a couple of uncles that work, in the field of civil engineering. Like one of them works for Caltrans, and they're a pretty well-known company in like California, and another one just works for a different business. I forgot the name of, but I have his business card just in case I want to, contact him.
That's great that you've been able to develop those connections already at only 19 years old. Do you have a specific goal in civil engineering that you hope to achieve someday, maybe in 10 years or down the line when you're graduated?
I'd say definitely have a job that I can also enjoy. People get jobs, but they don't want to, like they work in them, but some of them just don't enjoy their time in it. But I want to be able to enjoy my time in the job and just be able to support myself.
Do you have a favorite quote or?
Favorite quote? No, not really, no.
No?
Nah.
Your uncles that are involved in Caltrans, is that the advice that they've offered you, is look into work early and making connections early on? Or have they offered any other advice to you?
Not really, no, just pretty much, well, besides that, yeah, stay in school, they always say that, family members always say stay in school. And I definitely am trying to,
Yeah. Once you're done with school, and you can build on from there. And is there any classes right now that you're taking that have helped you in this field?
Math classes.
Or kind of inspired you?
Yeah, actually physics is a class that I really enjoyed taking in high school. I haven't taken it since high school, but I really look forward to taking it again because it's just so interesting to me. Just learning how things move and stuff like that.
Do you have any advice for any students that are interested in civil engineering right now?
Yeah, definitely. Like time management is one,
Yeah.
and you always want to try to stay dedicated to it because if you just slack off for a minute, you will fall behind pretty hard.
Yeah, that can go for a lot of students pursuing all other types of fields as well. And that is all the time we have for today. I'm your host, Amanda Gonzalez. We're taking a quick break. Thank you, Kenny Nguyen, for chatting with us today. And thanks. Welcome back, Hornets. I'm Amanda Gonzalez speaking with Kenny Nguyen on Gen Y. And back to our questions about school. Is there a particular school you're looking at to transfer in, or a school that's focus is in civil engineering that you're focused on?
Yeah, Catholic Pomona is my top school on my list right now, just because it's it's a well-known engineering school, and from the friends that I have that go there, I've heard from them that it's more hands-on than other colleges like UCI or Cal State Fullerton. So that's definitely on my list.
So you have friends involved in civil engineering too, and family members involved in civil engineering. That's awesome. What kind of area do you see yourself moving in as far as like your focus with civil engineering? See yourself working with Caltrans and the government, or Disney?
Yeah, Disney would definitely be one of the picks on my list, because ever since I've been going there, like as a kid, I always liked the way it looked like. And I'd always questioned, like, how do they get to look like that, you know? And so it's really interesting there. And I definitely focus on, like, the architecture there, too.
And are there any role models who have inspired you or impacted your life?
Yeah, my dad is definitely one, just because he's always been there when he would kind of influence me with, like, construction and stuff, him and just some relatives that also have a line of work in this field.
And speaking with them, what kind of steps does one have to take to become a civil engineer?
I'd say, well, the classes you definitely have to take. You got to stay focused on that, and you also, for the most part, have that drive in you just to want to be able to do it. Like, it's not something you just kind of just look at it and say, yeah, I want to do that. It's more like you want to have that creative instinct and just kind of go with it.
Is there a specific type of architecture structure that you like, that you're a fan of, or like any specifics in civil engineering that, what draws you to civil engineering? I'd
say just how like cities are set up, So when I'm driving around sometimes, I just look at buildings, I'm just like, it's really cool. Like the way that they shape them, like sometimes like the domes that you would see like at a stadium or something, it's just like, I want to know how to do that.
How does it get that way?
How does it work that way, yeah.
Did you always want to major in civil engineering?
No, actually, when I was a kid, I kind of had like those dreams to be like, a firefighter or something, or like police officer, but I don't know, I kind of grew out of that, and I was just thinking more of like what I would actually enjoy.
So what other dream jobs did you have as a kid before civil engineering?
Other than those,
firefighter, policeman.
Yeah, I don't know, like at one point, because of all the movies that were coming out, I was like, I want to be a soldier,
Yeah.
But after thinking about it, I was just like, no, I really don't want to do that, no.
Any advice that you have for students looking into a career in civil engineering?
I'd say kind of just stick to it if you really think that's what you want.
Yeah,
like
stick to it and
dedicate your time.
Dedicate your time. Thank you so much. That is all the time we have for today. I'm Amanda Gonzalez, and we'd love to give our future civil engineer, Kenny Nguyen, a big thank you for being with us on Gen Y. Thank you, Kenny.
Thank you.